You've probably noticed that light is a key component in photography. When you take a picture, the light that is falling on your subject defines color tones and shadows, as well as exposure. Learning to use light in practical and creative ways will help your photos convey the messages and capture the memories that are important to you. Your flash can be used to compensate for or replace poor lighting conditions, as well as enhance shadows, depth, and add creativity to your photography. You'll need to decide where and when you want to use your flash, and how the light source you choose will affect the look and feel of your subject. Each scene or situation provides its own challenge to a photographer regardless of skill. To get the best pictures in a variety of shooting situations, you'll want to have a good understanding of your camera and a good grasp for the interplay of light in digital photography. There are two basic kinds of light: ambient light, often referred to as available or pre-existing light, and artificial light, light that can be created by flashes, light bulbs, fluorescent, and studio lighting. Think of ambient light as the light you're shooting in that you didn't bring with you. Artificial light from a flash provides a very short but very bright burst of light at the precise moment your camera takes the picture. The quality of light from a flash is designed to emulate the look and feel of sunlight. Recognizing the importance of light, its direction, intensity, and color qualities of light is a big part of creating a great picture. When shooting with your camera, it's not uncommon to find that the current lighting setting is too dark or the existing lighting casts harsh shadows. This is a great opportunity to use a flash. The flash can be used to replace or compensate for poor lighting conditions. When shooting outside, you'll typically have plenty of existing light for your pictures with great exposure, but the light may be causing harsh shadows in areas that you want to be well lit. This is very common outdoors in full sun. Getting rid of harsh shadows on faces and unwanted silhouettes are good examples of times when you'll want to use your onboard flash. The flash will fill in the dark areas with light. When the flash is used in addition to existing light, it's often called fill flash. Here are some tips for getting great results when using fill flash. Tip number 1. Use your camera's on-camera flash when you're outdoors in full sun. When the sun is high, its light casts shadows in unwanted places, like around the eyes. Your camera's flash will fill in the shadowed areas so you'll be able to get a good exposure on your subject's eyes. Tip number 2. Use your camera's flash when the sun is shining brightly behind your subject. Light behind the subject is called backlight, and using the flash will help illuminate your subject to avoid getting an unwanted silhouette effect. Sometimes you'll find that the lighting conditions are so poor that you want to replace the existing light altogether. Examples of when you may want to use your camera's onboard flash include night photos, poorly lit indoor photos. When you use the flash to replace the current conditions, you're using the flash as the primary source of light. Your camera has different flash modes, and it's important to know which flash mode to choose in any given situation. When your camera's flash is set in auto mode, the camera's light meter measures the light and decides whether or not to fire the flash. In the manual flash mode, the flash fires every time you take a picture, regardless of how much light is in the area. Both the auto flash and flash on modes have a red eye reduction option. Red eye is caused when the light from the flash happens too fast for the eye's pupil to constrict. The flash lights up the blood-rich retina at the back of the eye and causes it to appear red in your photo. The pre-flash helps the pupil to adjust to the bright light just before the actual flash is fired and the picture is taken. When the pupil adjusts, it shrinks, so the size of the red eye in your photo is eliminated or reduced. It's also important to know that your flash has range. Anything too close to the flash, roughly anything closer than 3 feet, will be overexposed or blown out with light. Anything too far away from the flash, more than 15 feet from the camera, will be underexposed and dark. The lens you shoot with will also have an impact on the effectiveness of your flash. Using your flash with a very wide-angle lens will cause a dark ring around the edge of the photo, often called a vignette effect. Your flash will do a great job with wide-angle lenses 18mm or more. The following tips will help you use your onboard flash indoors. Tip number 1. Your camera's built-in flash can be helpful when you're indoors with very limited ambient light. Simply turn the flash on, make sure you're within range of your subject, and take the picture. Tip number 2. If, after you view the picture on the camera's onboard display, you realize that your subjects have red eyes, turn on the red eye reduction option. Tip number 3. When using your camera's built-in flash, it's very important to keep the flash range in mind. Remember that subjects that are closer to the flash will be brighter and subjects farther away will be darker. When you're taking pictures of a group and using the flash, it's a good idea to arrange the people so that they're all the same distance from the flash. That way, they'll all have the same exposure. Every shooting situation is a little different, so it's a good idea to take some practice shots before the action starts so you aren't adjusting while a great moment passes you by. Using an on-camera flash is great for quick, candid shots. However, if you want a more professional look, it's a good idea to purchase a hot shoe flash. These flashes have much greater range and control, which will allow you to be more creative in your lighting with your photos. There are several things you should know about hot shoe flashes before we begin. It's a good idea to purchase a hot shoe flash that has the capability to tilt and swivel. The ability to tilt and swivel your flash allows you to bounce the flash from a wall or ceiling, which provides softer and more natural lighting. You should also know that hot shoe mounted flashes have a much greater lighting range, additional functions, and a greater flexibility than onboard flashes. It can be tricky to get good even light from a bounced flash, but remembering a few basic tips will help. Number 1. Keep human subjects at a distance of at least 5 feet from the flash when you're bouncing the light from a ceiling. Doing this will reduce or eliminate strong shadows under eyes caused by the flash. Number 2. Bounced light looks the most natural when it's used with standard household height ceilings. Number 3. If the ceiling or wall that the flash is bouncing from is not white or off-white, you'll probably want to set a custom white balance on your camera. Your hot shoe mounted flash will help your photos have a more professional look than onboard flash. However, if you want to add creativity to your lighting, create even more depth in your images, or enjoy professional studio lighting, it's a good idea to purchase more than one flash unit. Multiple flash units can be combined using the wireless function to produce professional lighting and add creativity and depth to your images. Olympus hot shoe flashes have a great wireless feature. With the wireless function, you'll be able to use your flash without having them attached to your camera. This flexibility will provide you complete control over your lighting in any given situation. You can simulate the appearance of natural light, professional studio lighting, or you can create dramatic lighting effects. Use the wireless feature with your built-in flash unit and one or more wireless flashes. You can combine multiple wireless flash units to create a variety of different styles of professional studio lighting. Finally, check to see that you're using the proper remote control wireless mode settings. You can check the user manual for your flash to see what combinations are available and what slave mode settings you should use. After you've confirmed that your camera and settings are correct, you can begin the basic setup process for the wireless function on your flash. Also note that whenever you use your flash off-camera, you should use the off-camera shoe adapter when using a tripod or the off-camera shoe clip. Olympus wireless flash capabilities are vast and the setup is easy. Let's go over some basic wireless flash setups. First, a simple one wireless flash setup. Simply set the flash unit to the side of the subject and then take the picture. Make sure the flash unit's light receptor is pointed toward the camera's flash. For more than one flash unit, you should set a different group for each unit. We're using a flash on each side of the subject. After the units have been set, take a test picture. The flash intensity and proximity to the subject can be adjusted for the desired effect. With a 3-light flash, you can also illuminate the background and bounce some light back toward the subject for some backlight. We're setting up the 2 side flashes and one behind the subject pointed at the wall. With each flash unit, you add a degree of light and control to your photography. Create your own lighting and tools. Thank you for watching the basic photography for the E-System tutorial. We hope you've enjoyed learning, have fun with your new camera, and keep shooting.